Hello all, we are here to learn about few reasoning topics. Among that we have verbal reasoning, direction sense test. As we all know, in every competitive exam and job interviews, written tests, the arithmetic aptitude, data interpretation, analytical reasoning, logical reasoning, verbal reasoning, and non-verbal reasoning topics are being continuously examined. So, in this session, we'll try to learn a little bit more about verbal reasoning. In verbal reasoning, we have chosen here in this session the direction sense test. Coming to the word verbal, the question will be mainly focused on how the sentence is framed, and this verbal reasoning is included with the directions. The directions are nothing but our normal directions which we know, that is east, west, north and south. These are our four main directions as shown in the figure. And also we can see here the northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest are also indicated in the second picture. So which is nothing but the space between, the direction between north and east is called northeast. The direction as diagonal between north and west is called northwest. Between south and west, the diagonal is indicating the southwest direction. In the same way, we have the southeast as the diagonal between the south and east direction. To solve any problem, we have to draw this direction chart soon near our question so that we can analyze and we can run through the sentences in the question and understand in which direction the question is flowing. Okay. Now, you can see here, these are the basic things which is standard, and there will be no change in this which you have to continuously follow in the session. At the time of sunrise, if a man standing facing the east, his shadow will be towards west. At the time of sunset, the shadow of an object is always in the east. If a man stands facing the north at the time of sunrise, his shadow will be towards his left, and at the time of sunset, it will be towards his right. At 12 noon, the rays of the sun are vertically downward, hence there will be no shadow. Yes, so these are the main points which you have to keep in your mind before solving any of the problems. Now, as we know, sun rises in the east, sun sets in the west, and in the same way, in the opposite direction, the shadow will be flowing. Now, coming to this main types of questions which is asked in this direction sense test, the first type where the it is treated as some person will be walking for some kilometers in one direction, they again takes his left or right, so facing south or east, like this, these directions will be specified. Now coming to the type 1 question which we have here, Shiva starting from his house goes 5 kilometers in the east, then he turns to his left and goes 4 kilometers. Finally, he turns to his left and goes 5 kilometers. Now, how far is he from his house and in what direction? Yes, before you flow into the question, what you have to do is first specify the directions near your question. If you draw this direction picture of east, west, north, south, then slowly you can work for the solution. Now, once your directions diagram is drawn near the question, what you have to do is First, analyze the first sentence. Shiva, starting from his house, goes 5 kilometers in the east. So now we are heading towards the east. So you have to focus on in which direction we are going near to the direction picture. Then he turns to his left and goes 4 kilometers. So it states us that you have to imagine that you are walking towards the east, and where is your left? It is nothing but the north. Finally, he turns to his left and goes 5 kilometers. Now, once from the east you have taken your left and headed towards north, again, if you are taking your left and going 5 kilometers, you can see the below picture which is indicating the 4 kilometers and then proceeding towards the 5 kilometers. Now, how far is he from his house and in what direction? So, it is indicating here clearly in the picture. Once you follow the direction chart, what is the east, west, north, south direction chart which we have drawn near the question, it is clearly mentioned here that you are in the north direction. Yes, this is how the question pattern will be given. Now, type 2 questions, it includes some type of mathematical calculations like triangle or square or rectangular formulas which we already have. Now, suppose you can see here, we are taking the help of Pythagoras theorem here. Suresh, starting from his house, goes 4 kilometers in the east. Then he turns to his right and goes 3 kilometers. What minimum distance will be covered by him to come back to his house? So you can see here, once the direction chart is near to your question, you can flow through these directions and you can examine here. So starting from the house 4 kilometers towards east, and again from the east he turns to his right and goes 3 kilometers. So you can follow the same direction, that is towards the south. And as we know, the nearest distance will be almost the diagonal, or you can say here the hypotenuse of the right angle triangle which is formed with the sides of 4 and 3. Now, the minimum distance you can get it through the Pythagoras theorem as under root 4 square plus 3 square, that is side square plus side square, which is nothing but 5 kilometers. Yes, with this simple mathematical calculation with Pythagoras theorem, we are able to solve this question. Now, coming to the next type, that is type 3, where you have here the shadow which is described according to the movement of the person. Now, one morning after sunrise, Juhi, while going to school, met Lali at Boring Road crossing. Lali's shadow was exactly to the right of Juhi. If they were facing each other, which direction was Juhi facing? Yes, before you go into the solution, you can imagine here that throughout the question, you can see that Juhi started from one place, met Lali on the way, both are facing each other, and now we are going to find out in which direction Juhi is facing. Yes, so now as we know, in the morning sun rises in the east, and we are ready with our direction chart near the question. So you can see here, in the morning the shadow falls towards the west, that means the opposite side. Now with this, if you can imagine, the Lali's shadow was exactly to the right of Juhi, which is indicating here that Juhi is facing south. Yes, this is one type of problems which they will ask for this direction sense test. Now coming to the next one, they'll here they'll indicate our day-to-day examples of just if we are finding out some new address, how we will proceed. This is how our present question is indicating us. Hema, starting from her house, walked 5 kilometers to reach the crossing of the palace. Yes, you can see here in the down picture, from Hema house, she traveled for 5 kilometers and reached a particular junction where you can follow the second sentence in the problem now. In which direction she was going? A road opposite to this direction goes to the hospital. Yes, the direction where Hema is traveling, opposite direction is the hospital direction. Yes. Now, this with these first two sentences, the clear picture about the hospital and the Hema house location has been traced. Now, the road to the right goes to station. If the road goes to station is just opposite to the road which IT Park, then in which direction to Hema is the road which goes to IT Park? See, this is called as a jumbling the words and twisting. This is how the verbal reasoning is given. So this is the verbal reasoning which you have to find out. If the road which goes to station, at every word you try to understand where he is taking us and try to flow in the direction chart which you are already drawing here. Yes, then only it will be easy for you to trace the direction. So now coming to this present case, if the road which goes to station is just opposite to the road which IT Park. So it means that IT Park and the station road are opposite to each other. Then in which direction to Hema is the road which goes to IT Park? So this is how we have here the direction chart for the road, and here one direction is fixed, that is the road to the right goes to the station. It means that if Hema is walking along with this line, 5 kilometers line, right side is the station road. And from the second sentence in the second half of the question, it is indicated that IT Park is opposite to the station road. So now it indicates that if one is in the right side, the other side is in the other IT Park is in the left side to Hema. So this is how we have a fourth type of question. Now we'll solve some more examples. So the way you can learn and get expertise in this particular reasoning is try to study more and more and take different examples and try to solve. The more you solve, then only you will be able to complete the solution. Yes. Now coming to the one more example, let's take one morning Uday and Vishal were talking to each other face to face at a crossing. If Vishal's shadow was exactly to the left of Uday, which direction was Uday facing? Now you can see here Uday and Vishal opposite arrows are given. The arrowhead indicates their face. Suppose they are facing each other. Now it is given in the second part of the question that if Vishal shadow was exactly to the left of Uday. Now Vishal shadow is to the left of the Uday. So it means that, and this is given as morning situation. One morning it is given here. So now with this, once we have already drawn the east, west and south west, south north direction, you can see here in the morning sun rises in the east and the shadow goes in the opposite direction, that is the west. And now west is nothing but Udai's left. So now here you can come to your conclusion that the answer is C, that is north direction. So what is this north direction? Uday facing north direction. Yes. So once Uday is facing north direction, east is sun direction and sun rises in the east, and you can see that Vishal's shadow is in the left side of Uday. Yes. So this is how we can come to our conclusion. The option C, north, is the correct answer. Now coming to the one more example. we have here a man walks 5 kilometers towards south. Yes, the moment you start reading the question, automatically you first draw the direction diagram near the question. Now, a man walks 5 kilometers towards south, and now try to follow only your directions starting from the center, heading towards the south and turn to the right. Yes, imagine yourself walking along the south direction and turn towards your right. It means that from B, again the person is moving towards C and walking around 3 kilometers. He turns to the left and walks 5 kilometers. Again from C, taking left, he walks around until 5 kilometers and reaching D position. Yes, so this is the basic diagram which we are able to trace using the sentences given. Now, the question is, now in which direction is he from the starting place? Now, the same diagram you try to imagine in your directions. Where you are heading towards the south, again from south you headed towards the west, again you are heading towards the next direction, that is the diagonal direction, which is nothing but a southwest. So now here we have the southwest as our answer, which is option D. Yes, this is how we can solve our problems. Now, let us take one more example. Rahul put his timepiece on the table in such a way that at 6 p.m. hour's hand points to north. Now, draw the clock diagram also, draw the direction also, and the first hint given in this question is hour's hand at 6 o'clock is pointing towards the north. It means that near 6 we have north direction. So try to point out the north direction towards 6 near your clock directions. Now, in which direction the minute hand will point at 9:15? So now how to solve this problem? So as we know, the time is around 6 p.m. This is the hours needle, and then towards 12 is the minutes needle which we have. And now at 9:15 you can see here that the hours needle is at 9 and minutes needle is towards 3. Now it is clearly given from the picture that the answer is D, that is west direction. Yes, since the sixth direction is towards the north and remaining directions are clear here, so ultimately we can easily make out the answer. Now coming to the next example. So here first the situation will be described in 4 or 5 sentences, and from that described situation they will ask us questions. Now what is the situation here is, it is framed between some 4 or 5 friends. We can see here Dev, Kumar, Nilesh, Angur and Pintu are standing facing to the north in a playground such as given below. Yes, the moment you see that facing to the north, you draw your direction chart, east, west, north, south direction chart, and then you start drawing the remaining chart of the problem. Now, first point given here is Kumar is at 40 meters to the right of Ankur. Now, so first one you can make out is the position of Ankur. Give the position for Ankur and fix the right side position for Kumar. So these two things are common now. The distance between Ankur and Kumar is 40 meters. So this is a clear cut sentence which is explaining us Ankur is standing right to the Ankur, Kumar is standing at 40 meters. Now second point giving us Dev is 60 meters in the south of Kumar. Yes, once the direction chart is already given and we have seen that people are facing towards the north, you can see that in the south direction you have to position Dev at 60 meters. Yes. Now coming to the third point here, Nilesh is at a distance of 25 meters in the west of Ankur. Yes, from Ankur, if you follow the direction chart, towards east Kumar is there, towards west we have to check the position. What is this position? It is nothing but Nilesh at a distance of 25 meters. Now fourth point indicates Pintu is at a distance of 90 meters in the north of Dev. So we should go back to Dev and then only we can start back and go proceed for the 90 meters to position pin 2. Now once your direction chart and also whatever the description given for the question is being plotted here as a flow chart, now we'll go ahead to solve the problems. Now first question in this description is which one is in the northeast of the person who is to the left of Kumar. Yes, now we can see here left of Kumar. If we are not able to solve the problem from the starting of the sentence, better you think from the back side of the sentence and try to get some constant clues. Okay. So now which one is in the northeast? So now northeast is the direction between north and east. Yes. So focus on the northeast direction. Now northeast of the person who is to the left of Kumar. Now left of Kumar is, go back to the Kumar position, left of Kumar is Ankur. Ankur's northeast direction is Pintu. Yes, so this is how we have the D option, Pintu, as the answer. The northeast of Ankur is Pintu at the diagonal position which is given. Now coming to the next question, we have here if a boy starting from Nilesh. So now we have another new character here. So he is stating that this boy is moving and meeting all the friends. Now the boy starting from Nilesh met Ankur, then to Kumar, and again he went to Dev and then to Pintu. Now whole the time he walked in a straight line. Yes, and then how much total distance did he cover? So this is what the question indicates us. So it means that a boy started at Nile's position and then Ankur, then met Kumar, then went to Dev. Again he travelled until Pintu. So it includes the sum of 25 plus 40 plus 60. Again going back from Dev to Pintu as 60 plus 30 as 90. Yes, now you can see here it is the sum of 25 plus 40 plus 60 plus 90 meters as 215 as the answer. Our option A. Now coming to another set of problem. Here also we have a description first about the situation and through that description of the problem again the subdivisions are there which is asked here. Yes, here we have a description of the problem, that is 4 points given here about the some 6 plots. Okay, 6 plots on a floor in 2 rows facing north and south are allotted to P, Q, R, S, T and U. Yes, imagine a particular apartment where 2 floors are existing and the names given for the floors are P, Q, R, S, T, U. Now, with this we have got information that we have to draw 2 lines and some 6 points to position our floors. Now, get ready with the direction chart east, west, north, south, and it is given here that the facing of the floors are towards north and south. Yes, that is clear. Now, second point is giving us the information Q gets a north facing plot and is not next to S. Yes, it indicates that Q and S both are in the north facing, but they are not the neighbors. So you can clearly write here Q at one corner and the S at one corner, and S and U get diagonally opposite plots. So it means that diagonal to the S you can mark U in the above line, and then fourth point indicates us R next to U gets a south facing plot. So now this point will confirm us that U and R are in south direction and they are having a south facing plot, and T gets north facing plot. Yes, so now S and Q position is constant. This is clear from the first and second point, and now with the last point it is clear that T is in the north facing. Yes, so now the unknown term is P. P will be having the corner which is south facing plot. Now this is the situation about the given description of the question. So once the direction chart is ready and once through the description of the first 4 points we are able to plot the points here, the flats neighbors are decided. Now we can go to the questions. If the flat of P and T are interchangeable, then whose flat will be next to that of U? Now P and T are interchangeable. It means that this P position and T position is not constant, may or may not. Now the question is whose plot will be next to that of U? Next to that of U, you can see here clearly R is the answer. That is C option is answer. Which of the following combination gets south facing plot? So it is clear from the diagram. The south facing plots are nothing but U, R and P. Yes, so we have the first problem answer as option C, that is R, which is the neighbor of U, and the second problem which is giving us the answer as C, that is U, R, P are the south facing plots. Yes, one more problem basing on the same discussion. The flats of which of the other pair than SU is diagonally opposite to each other? Yes, one diagonal it is clearly mentioned here. SU is the diagonal, and the other diagonal it is given in the diagram as PQ. Yes, this is very easy one. Yes, A is the right answer. Whose plot is between Q and S? Yes, Q and S. The other plot which is facing north direction is clearly mentioned as T. In the fourth point, T gets north facing plot. Yes, so with this it is clear that A is the answer. Now coming to the next one, you can take a screenshot and you can try solving, or you can just go through some websites where competitive exam old question papers like SBI papers you can get. So through that you can take some examples and try to solve the problems slowly, then it will be easy for you to practice. And so now here in this situation, so it is describing about a garden where 8 trees are there and their positions are mentioned in the same way how we did in the earlier problem, where the apartment plots facing north and south directions are been given. Yes, so this is how in this particular 4 points description, again from this again the sub questions are given, like which of the following statement is definitely true? Papaya tree is just near to apple tree is just near to the lemon tree. So like these options are given describing the situation. Okay, so now once we go further, we can see here the option B is correct answer. So try to analyze these 4 description points draw yourself the north, east, south, west directions and then try to go through the sub questions. So now try to solve it and try to solve some other examples from previous papers from competitive exams which will help you. Once if you go through the question and plot your own chart and position the plots or trees or whatever the components used in the question, it will become easy for you to solve the problem. Yes, this is one more type of problem where again the situation is described with the first 4 points and then the sub questions have been given. So now here the following questions is based on the given 4 points here. The first point indicates the symbol. The symbol between the two variables indicates one particular direction. So now here the first symbol we are seeing here is the hashtag, that is A hashtag B, means B is at 1 meter to the right of A, and here the second point, the dollar symbol indicates us that B is at 1 meter to the north of A, and asterisk symbol indicates us that B is at 1 meter to the left of A, and at the rate symbol indicates us B is at 1 meter to the south of A. So this is how we have to flow the direction along with the symbol. So now the same A and B variables will not be used in the sub questions, but different variables in the question will be there, but you have to follow the meaning of the symbol. The hashtag symbol means you have to go 1 meter to the right of A. Yes, A means the first variable. Now coming to the question, according to x at the rate b asterisk p, p is in which direction with respect to x? Yes, now let's start with the first relation, the variable relation, that is x and b. And the relation given here is at the rate. What is at the rate meaning? Go back to the main description. You can see here at the rate means B is at a 1 meter to the south of A. Try to apply for our x and b variable. Now it means that B is at 1 meter to the south of A. Yes, A means our x here. So now you can point B position and x position, and now come back to the B and B asterisk P. What is the asterisk symbol indicating us? The second variable is at 1 meter to the left of first variable. Now first variable is B, second variable is P, second variable is P which is to the left of B. So this is how we have drawn the uh, diagram so that you can be easily making out. Now the question is P is in which direction with respect to X? So you can see here the answer is D, that is southwest. Now coming to the next question for the same description. According to M hashtag N dollar T, T is in which direction with respect to M? So now you can see here the hashtag symbol indicates that second variable is at 1 meter to the right of A. Now it means that N is 1 meter to the right of M. So now M point is fixed. From M, right side if you go 1 meter, N point is fixed. Now coming to the next symbol, that is dollar symbol is given here, stating that second variable is at 1 meter to the north of first variable. So now from the first variable, if you come down towards the north, you can see N. So now the solution for this is nothing but our option B. T is in which direction with respect to M? So it means that it is in the northeast direction. Yes. So this is how you can solve your problem. Now coming to the one more example is given here. Again hashtag dollar and the asterisk symbol is given. Try to follow the uh, sequence and you can solve the examples. Thank you for attending the session. Try to download previous year problems and the questions, solved examples, and prepare for your test. Thank you.